invite Dr. Frimpong and his panel to join us for us to focus on scholarship and study abroad. I think this has been our cardinal issue, and I'm very positive that it will help us resolve all issues that agitate our mind when it comes to which course should I choose, which country should I do, should I focus on, what test score do I need, and so many things. Most of you don't know that you can go to school for free without paying even a peso. You don't know. So they are here to share with us. The panelists are all international students, one from Amsterdam, and then the three of them are from US, right? And the main speaker too is also from US. Okay, so you give them the platform. So at this point, you invite. I'll invite Dr. Frimpong to give us the presentation.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I'm so happy to be here. I was following Lawrence's presentation. I think it went very well, and it's very, very important with the CV and then your resume and the internship. And I think even in applying for schools and doing all these other things, you still need the CV in order to portray your professional experience or academic experience and let the people know who you are. So the CV talks very well about you. So take very good time to prepare it. Make sure you don't make errors or mistakes on it. It is errors can be very, very costly. So take your time to review, and get second, third, fourth eyes to look at it for you, so that you'll be rest assured that you have a very good CV. There have been a lot of...
Dr. Max Frimpong, before you continue, let me just take this golden opportunity to read out your short profile. I'm sure some of them are curious to know who you are and all that. All right, so okay. Dr. Maxwell Frimpong holds a Bachelor of Science in Telecommunication and Engineering, right? For Ghana Telecommunication University, and a Master of Science in Applied Statistics from Fairbairn State University, Ohio, US. And also, he is a Doctor of Computer Science with a specialization in Big Data Analytics from Colorado Technical University. He has worked with the Millicom Ghana Limited as radio network optimization engineer, and also a quantitative risk analyst with Key Bank also in US, and then also Barclays Bank in US. Currently, he works as senior quantitative analysis with Texas Capital Bank in Dallas, that is in Texas, in US, right? And then also, more importantly, he doubles as study abroad expert. Okay, I must say that he has helped me a lot to also gain admission to the United States of America. So I'm very positive that he's going to also show you the way. He's going to show you how to fish to get to US or maybe Canada or UK to make your dream a reality. All right, so Honorable Dr. Oh, let's show some love. Let's show some love. Let's show some love. Let's show some love. Right. So, Dr. Maxwell, the floor is yours. Share with us with some insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noah. You know, it's such a powerful profile review, or like saying, then it's like, okay, what am I going to say? Because if you don't deliver based on your profile, it's like, okay, so who is this guy? But it's been God from day one, and life has not been easy. We've all been at where you are before. We've spent so much money on education, trying to make it right, trying to make the right choices, decisions, and here we are today. So it's all about trying to share and help you guys more make good choices, smart decisions, and then identify opportunities that are somewhere else, or better still in Ghana, that you'd be able to explore so that you can be beneficial to your education and all other things that you need to endeavor. So I'm very happy to be here. Uh, there has been a series, and I think this is our third or second lecture that we've had, and I did talk about the application process and everything. Today's focus of the conference is going to be financing your education. We're going to see ways and means of getting money for school. And as Noah was saying, there are free monies around. So we just have to try to identify ways of getting access to this free money for school. And then if we don't have free money as well, how do we get other financing opportunities to help our school explore as an international student? So the focus of this presentation is going to be as an international student. So that means it's not in Ghana. These financing opportunities or scholarships or whatever we're going to talk is not in Ghana right now. It would be as an international student. So when you move from Ghana, that is when some of these things, and specifically it's going to be about US and then Germany. So let's have that. Noah has already given you about my background, so I'm not going to bore you down with all the experience and everything. Let's move on straight into it. And as Noah said, after my presentation, we would have a panel to also share their experiences and their exposures through how the application process went, how they were able to go, and where they are currently. So we would have students doing that as well. If I'm talking fast, please alert me so that I reduce my speed, but I'll try as much as possible to make you get the concept. Today, we're talking about international education financing. How do I get money to pay for my international education? You have to understand that it's very expensive to travel out abroad. I mean, the tickets, the school fees, living, and you don't know anyone, you don't have any family, and you come in here. So life is expensive. Where are you going to stay? What are you going to eat? How are you going to attend school? Pay for tuition. So all this makes education abroad very expensive. But as I said, there are so many ways that you can finance your education. And today I'm talking to you about these three. So the first one will be your personal financing, where you'd have your money saved because you decided that, okay, I would want to one day travel outside. So you start saving. So you'd have a personal saving, or your family, your parents can help support you, friends, church can help support you. That becomes a personal financing option for you. I know a lot of Ghanaians don't want to use the personal financing option because they have to spend from their savings. But then there are other two options, which would be the scholarships or the grant and then the loans. So the difference between the scholarships and the grant is that and the loans is that with the scholarships, you don't have to pay back. Loans, you definitely pay back with interest. So usually students would want to focus more on how do I get scholarships? How do I get the grants that I don't have to pay back and that are free so that I'll be able to uh, 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 pursue my international education. And as I said, scholarships are being given by the universities, they are being given by international organizations. Some are even being given by the government as well. So we would look at all this. Today's presentation or discussion is going to focus. Today's presentation or discussion is going to be focused on four main topics. So scholarships, I'll talk about scholarships. I'll talk about assistantship. I'll talk about loans and then education in Germany. Julian and the team, I would want us to mute ourselves so that we can grasp this very well. It is very important to know how to get free money or how we'll be able to finance our international education. And as I said, we'll be talking about scholarships, assistantships, loans, and then education in Germany. So there are there are differences between scholarships and assistantship, and as we move on, you would get to know. But uh, let's talk about assistantship. So scholarships are free money that is being given to us by the schools or by other international organizations. These are free money. You don't have to pay back. The only thing you have to do is to get that requirement that uh, that has been set forth by the scholarship awarding institution or the organization. So once you meet these criteria, or once you're eligible to apply and you meet all the criteria that has been outlined by the organization, then it means that you'll be awarded that scholarship. Some scholarships are just one time, you get it, and that is all. Others are renewable, contingent upon your uh, improvement or your success in your education through the program. So if you are an undergrad, you get it for 4 years, it's renewed all the time once you are able to meet certain GPA requirements. And if you are a graduate student, you also get it. So scholarships are free money that are around. And there are two main categorizations of scholarship. So we have the need-based scholarship, which would be dependent on your financial need. So this type of scholarship will tell you that, yeah, I am not able to finance my education because I have this financial need. I won't be able to finance it, but I want to go to school. These are my qualifications. These are my criteria. Please help me to go to school. So these need-based scholarships are around, and once you qualify for that criteria, it will be awarded to you. As I said, they are need-based, so that need has to be there before you'll be awarded this type of scholarships. And usually, they are it's dependent on your family income. So international students normally don't qualify for these need-based scholarships because it is based on your family income. So the awarding institution would need to have a way to verify your family income, right? So it's usually not given to international students. But the second categorization of scholarships, which is called the merit-based, this one is based on your accomplishments. It's based on your achievement. So either academic, either in sports, or either in extracurricular achievement, right? So if you are excellent, if you have a strong or outstanding credentials in your education, you might be awarded a merit-based scholarship. Or sports, maybe you play very well in school, you always being the best goal scorer, the best midfielder, or you play on the university team, you would be awarded these merit-based scholarships. And as I said, these ones you don't have to pay back. It is based on your credentials, and then you get it. And then the last aspect, which is the international scholarships that are being given by the universities, it actually falls under merit-based scholarships, but I just took them as one because these type of scholarships are given by almost every university that you find yourself in. There are some sort of international scholarships either full or some tuition waiver that is being given to international students that apply. The universities would normally do this to encourage international students to come in. So these are the types of scholarships that are out there within the US and other countries as well. But today we would be much focused on the merit-based and then the university uh, international scholarships program. So let's just talk about a brief about the need-based scholarships. As I explained to you earlier on, these are usually given based on your family needs because you have fewer dollars. So there is this scholarship called Unmet Needs Scholarship Program. It is awarded by Salome. They are here in the US, and as I said, it's focused on there. There are the Jack Kent Good Foundation Scholarship. That one usually it's for undergrad and graduate students, and this one actually, as an international student, you can apply. But this is very competitive. Although it looks at your family income, it is very competitive. Looking at your extracurricular activities, your resume, your undergraduate performance, and they review your transcript one course after the other. So that scholarship is very, very competitive. And when you are awarded this scholarship, what it does to you is that they provide your full funding, your living expenses, and even if you have to travel from Ghana to the US to study, they will get that ticket for you. And alongside, they will give you stipend and money for it. So that is very, very competitive. And then Columbia University also have this need-based scholarship where they give 100%. So it's like it is the full funding that is being given to students. That is what need-based scholarship does. But as I was explaining, it is sometimes very difficult for international students to get these type of need-based scholarships because of the verification process that you have to go through. But it is one option that is available to you as an international student. Let's go to the one. These are some examples of scholarships, and as this is a seminar, I would want you to jot down some of these. These are scholarships that you can read about, but our organization, Global Students Network, which we're going to be launching soon, would be helping you on doing all these things, so you don't really have to worry about if you don't get it. But these are some scholarship programs that are within the US. Julian, can you mute the other people? Yeah. Okay. So these are scholarship programs, as I was saying, in the US that are very okay. And as I was explaining, this is just a few. And once you sign up to a program that we are going to launch very soon, the Global Students Network, you would see that we're going to help you identify all these scholarships and the ones that you qualify for, and we'll help you to do all the applications. So these are just but a few that I have on there. Now let's talk about this big chunk of assistantship graduate. Yeah. Noah, can we please mute everyone so that it becomes easier for us? Yeah. Okay.
I have done that, so we can continue.
Okay. So let's talk about the graduate assistantship. This is the biggest chunk for international students. If you are an international student and you're going outside to study, like if you're going to US, if you're going to London, UK, if you're going to Europe, coming to US, your focus would be on trying to get the graduate assistantship. And the graduate assistantship is usually offered to it's given by the department.
Yeah, no, Lawrence, I think she's having some problems. Just
please
take
mute
her off.
yourself.
No, take her. I think she's having some problems. So take her off and then let her rejoin.
Who is that lady? What's her name?
No, I just take her off and then let her rejoin. Please
Okay,
take
I
her
think
off.
it's Laura.
Yeah, take her off and let her rejoin. I'm sure she's having some challenges.
Yes. All right, Lawrence, Doc, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. So graduate assistantship is the ultimate goal for any international student going to the US or like Europe to study, but mainly within the US. This is offered by the department. So it is given by the department. So if, for instance, if you want to study Masters in Information Systems, usually the graduate assistantship is given by the Information Systems Department. This is very, very important. And this is the type of scholarship or assistantship that you would want to focus on to attain. The reason being that when you are offered this one, it's either you working as a teaching assistant or a research assistant supporting a lecturer or the professor in their research endeavors. But what happens is that once you are awarded this scholarship, one, they take off your tuition so you don't have to pay any fees, and then they give you stipend to help support yourself. Some schools even gives health insurance to international students through the GA positions. So it is very, very important, and this is very, very crucial to you. And it is not everybody who gets it. You need to have a very strong GPA. If you have a 3.0, 2.9, 2.8, you can get admissions into the program, but you might not get assistantship. So it is very, very important that you take your undergraduate courses very, very serious. Take courses that are relevant to your program. So as I was explaining last time, for instance, if you're doing information systems, you need to take relevant courses, technical courses that are relevant within the information systems space. You don't have to be doing which program can I, maybe political science? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one is not relevant, but you have to be doing technical courses like database systems, information systems, network management. This type of technical program within your information system space would tell the school that, yeah, you technically prepared for graduate school. And then you get good grades. You don't have to be getting F's and D's and C's. I mean, C's is better, but you need to be getting good grades, 3.5, 3.6, 3.2, with a very strong GPA. That is the first requirement for graduate assistantship. There are very, very limited number of graduate assistantships that you can get without having or meeting the stringent requirements of GA positions. If you, I'm repeating it again, if you want to have free money to study, your focus should be on the GA positions. You need test scores, GMAT, GRE for 2021-2022 academic years. Because of the COVID, most of the schools have waived the requirement of GMAT and GRE, and it is two admissions. So there are two separate things. You can be admitted to the university without scholarships. So that is what the GRE and the GMAT waiver is. But if you want to get the free money that is there to study, then you need to have the GMAT or the GRE, specifically for certain programs. So you need to understand or know the type of program that you are applying to, so that you will be able to know how to qualify for the GA positions. And as I said, the GA would give you that 20 hours of work on campus so that you get the money. And there are part-time. So with the part-time GA positions, you can also like get other half tuition, and then you would also get 10 hours of work on campus. But at least it's some money, and you'd have to look for the rest from somewhere. So as an international student, I repeat again, focus on getting the GA assistantship so that you would get that free money that is out there. This is your focus. There is this other assistantship called the resident assistant. And what the resident assistant does is that, like with a residential house that the school has, you would only be the assistant there, like the resident advisor. So you'd be overseeing or performing certain roles to facilitate that environment that you have within the resident hall, and it is to contribute to the overall intellectual, social, physical, moral, and cultural development of the student. So you are just there as maybe a housemaster or like a house prefect or something. So your role is just to oversee the well-being of the students, and by that you get free accommodation. Some of them would also be giving you stipend, which is paid to you, so that you can use that stipend to offset some of your tuition. So these are two main free roles that you would have to look out for when you are coming to the US to study. Either you'll be awarded a GA role or a resident assistant position. This one would give you guaranteed money, free. You don't have to pay back. Once you are done with school, you proceed with your life. You don't pay it back. But it is not easy to get it. You need the GPA requirement to have it. So yes, free money is there, but you need to be prepared academically. You need to be prepared professionally in order to get it. And that is where your CVs comes into play. that is where the letter of motivation come into play. If there is if there are certain stories behind or around the reason why you did not perform well in your undergrad, you would have to explain all this within your letter of motivation, or so that the admissions committee will take all this into consideration in awarding of your GE assistantship role or your resident assistantship role. These are free money. It doesn't mean that there are not alternate ways that you can still finance your education, but this is the sure free way that you can get. Either you get a GE role, resident role, or you get a need-based scholarship assigned to you. It is very, very important. And as I was saying, there are loans for international students, and people will tell you that it is very, very difficult to get loans to study in the US. It is very, very difficult. There is this within the US, we call it a co-signer. So you need a guarantor. You need a co-signer who is either a US citizen or a permanent resident within the US to help you get co-sign your loan so that you can get it. And believe me, if you don't know anyone here, if you don't have any family here, it is just you coming out here. It is very, very difficult to get a co-signer to help get your loan. It is very, very difficult. I would say that loans be the way you would want to go. But I mean, when the need arise, there are companies that would help you to get a loans, like a company like Stilt or Empower or Prodify. These are loans or companies that lend to immigrants. So Stilt lends their loans to immigrants, including international students, and they don't require you to get a co-signer. But believe me, they have interest rates starting from 7.99%, very low. But some of these companies, yet again, will look at your performance. They will look at your employability once you are done with school. So they would expect that once you are done with school, you'd get a job. So they'll be looking at the program that you are doing and how relevant that is. How much are you going to be making once you are done with school? And then, so they are betting their future X on you, and they'll give the money right now. But it's loans are monies that you will pay back. So in terms of financing your education abroad within the US, as I said, focus more on the GA positions. I was privileged to get a graduate assistantship role at Cleveland State University to teach at the maths lab. So when I was coming from Ghana, I didn't have the assistantship, but when I got here, I had it, and it is all about the process. It's very tedious, it is very cumbersome, but once you're able to follow through, you would get it. And yet again, you need the GPA. You would need that GPA score. There are some roles or assistantship roles or positions, international scholarships that would not require the GRE or the GMAT. So Global Students Association is going to, Student Network is going to help you identify all these areas and then help you to apply. So like with us, when you come join us, like we are going to review that your whole student, your school, your student profile. So we are not just looking at, because in our previous interactions, I hear students saying, oh, I want to come to US on scholarship, and then he would bring you the transcript, and you know that she got like 3.2. Yeah, 3.2 GPA is a very good GPA, but yet again, she doesn't want to take the GRE or the GMAT. It will be very difficult to get an assistantship with a 3.2 GPA when you don't take the GRE or the GMAT for a program that requires that. For instance, like if you're going into business, if you want to do a business, any business role, you would need to get the GMAT. You need to get GMAT before you can get assistantship in business, MBA programs. Some technical programs like mathematics, they usually would not require you to get your GRE or the GMAT, but when you have it, it boosts your chances. It increases your chances of getting that scholarship. Information systems would require you because it's a technical program. Engineering would require you. Medicine, nursing, these type of programs would require you to have a GRE or the GMAT in order to get this money. And I bet you free money is good. You would get it, and then you are able to pay for fees and then live freely without thinking. If you don't have that, it doesn't mean that you'll not be able to attend school when you don't have scholarship. You can still attend, but it's very, very difficult, and it's very, very a lengthy process in order to gain into it. So this all is about US. Let me switch focus and just talk briefly about Germany, how the scholarship opportunities or studying in Germany or financing your education in Germany looks like. So there are two options available to you if I think it's even with a Europe or like Scandinavian countries, but specifically for Germany, there are two options that are available to you. Either you would follow the DAAD scholarship application, which is like the German government way of sponsoring international students. So that is one way, or you go the non-scholarship application route. That is, you apply to the schools directly by yourself or with the help of uh, Global Students Network. So with the first process, what it does, and for your knowledge, applications are open now to Europe and then to Germany and even to US. Applications are open. But if you've not applied for fall right now for US, it means that you are being delayed. You might not get the scholarship because scholarships are being awarded very early in the program. So when you want to apply, try as much as possible to apply early so that you get access to the monies that are allocated for scholarships. Germany, with the DAD scholarship approach, for them, it is very, very important. You need to have either a first class or a second class upper in order for you to qualify. If you have a second class lower or below, it will be very difficult to qualify for a DAD scholarship. And with DAD scholarship, it's based on your experience. So you need to finish school, you need to have a level of experience in order to get that, because the focus is that they want to train you, learn whatever master's program you want to do, and then come back to your country to come help them apply it in your country. So they want people that are already within the job field or students that are now transitioning to the job environment to come study and then come apply. So that is the reason why they want people first and second class upper students. And then you'd have to attend the student counseling session. It's very, very important when you decide to travel outside. So, for instance, if you decide to come to US to come and study, US Embassy in Ghana has the educational unit called Education USA. It is the educational unit of the embassy. So what they do, it pertains to education here. They have sessions that they organize, counseling sessions that they organize for students all the time. Get familiarized with these type of counseling sessions or programs, because there too you're going to get information on scholarships, schools that are offering scholarships, and sometimes schools go to these embassies when they organize educational seminars, and you get yourself abreast with getting how to get free money to come there and study. And it will be even a plus for you when you go to the interview and you tell them that you get to learn about your education through their educational wing. It tells them that you are prepared and you know what you are doing as a student. So it is very, very important to identify some of these educational wings that are attached to the various embassies when you are applying for schools abroad. And with Germany, it is the Golden Institute in Accra, so you can identify that. You feel free to contact them. I've given them the Mr. Felix Barnes. He is the coordinator. You can WhatsApp or call him, and he will be willing to assist you on that. The non-scholarship route is where we come in. So we're able to help you prepare your non-scholarship application. So we identify schools for you that you'll be able to get into. We do all these certification of your documents and everything for you. The only caveat in Germany is that, so if you are not going through the scholarship route, that is the DAD application route, and you decide to go by yourself, then you need to have 10,000 euros. So 10,000 euros in its equivalent in Ghana cedis, you can 5,000 or 60,000. Once you get that, the embassy is going to create a block account for you where you put that money in Germany. So that is going to use to finance your education when you go there. And in Germany, it's not about, so that money is not for fees. It is just for you. You are going to use that money for your upkeep. And because usually schools in Germany and Europe are usually free for international students. So you get access to that money. It is very, very important to know that key rule or that key concept. But one thing is that when you go to Germany or you decide to study in Europe, because of the EU conventions and all the things that are there, they will give you a residence card so that you are able to work whilst you are studying. In US, it's a bit dicey because when you come to US, if you decide that you want to work and study, you would need what we call OPT, optional practical training, or once you're done with school, curriculum practical training. So OPT and CPT is what we use in US to allow you work. When you are in school, you do the CPT, which is a curriculum practical training. It means that the courses or the programs that you are studying in class, you would want to go into the industry to be practicing them whilst you are in school. And once you are done, you get the OPT, which allows you a minimum of 2 or 3 years based on the course that you are doing to stay in the US, work legally with the degree that you've got. In Germany, they would give you a permanent residency card. They would give you a work permit or a residence permit so that you are able to work whilst you are studying. So if you decide to go out to study, key things that you have to identify is how I'm going to finance my education. And then the other thing is, once I'm done with school, how am I going to stay if you intend to stay? Or if you decide to come back, once you're done with school, how do you get the experience that will allow you to transition to Ghana so that you'll be able to apply knowledge you've learned and the concept you've learned in Ghana to build our economy and then to take us far. So it is very, very important to identify these. I know that there are a lot of questions that might come in terms of scholarships, and I think our panel is going to help us with some of these questions, and then I would also be around to answer all these questions. But one thing that I would say is that Global Students Network is there to help us. We providing this platform or this network to help students like yourself identify opportunities and scholarship out there. So we help you right from the time you decide that I want to study outside. That is when we come in. So we help you prepare for your grades. If it is your the GRE, the GMAT, or the IELTS, the TOEFL exam that you need to take, we'll help you do that. We'll help you with the application process. Once we get you through everything, we'll help you with the scholarship process. We help you with the visa application till you get here. And when you get here, we don't leave you. We'd also help you through navigating the educational terrain here. It is very, very different. It's very, very different. The way education in Ghana is to the way education in US is. And in our subsequent webinars that will be coming up, we'll be talking about those differences, the difference with education here and how it looks like. We'll look more into loans. We'll look more into scholarships, specific ones that we can apply to. But generally, these are our contact numbers. We have the phone numbers available. We have their email, and you can go onto our website, globalstudentsnetwork.org. With this website, you can register, and there are so many resources on there for you. It is for you to see. So we have text preparation resources, we have application resources, we have online classes that we organize to help you identify and then navigate your educational role. So I would end here, Noah, and then see if we have questions, or then we can just roll into the panel discussion, and then we would answer the questions there. Thanks, everyone.
Wow. Please, let's show some love.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
You are very good. You are very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You are very good.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great, great.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah. So
Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
it's okay, my dear participant. It's okay. And I hope you have really enjoyed his presentation. Right. So at this point, you give the opportunity for you to ask some questions. Then you will bring in all the international students, right? And then you will zoom into the panel discussion. So the question that will be asked, that will be thrown to them, will help you answer some of your questions. But before that, if you have any question for Mr. Maxwell before the panel discussion begins, or you can raise your hand and I will let you come in. Okay, Nana Kwame. Oh yes. Okay, go ahead.
Please, I would like to know if that scholarship also requires GRE.
Oh, okay, so for the DAD scholarships, usually they don't require you to have GRE. I think for those guys, they are more focused either on the IELTS, but the Germany would not require you to have these test scores. If the program is in English, I think this English proficiency from the universities are okay. Once you get those English proficiency certification from your school, you can send it to them and you'll be fine in terms of those scholarships from Germany.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Nana Kwame. Ifa, free. Oh yes.
If I was your question again.
Okay, if Ifa is not ready, Mr. Jeffrey, right? Jeffrey, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm around.
Okay, so oh yes, you can ask a question.
Okay, please, I wanted to ask that if a student wants to apply, do they need to contact the numbers, or then the person should access the websites available to do the process, or how? What's the immediate step?
Okay, so if you contact the phone numbers, they are able to help you start the process. And if you go on our website too, we have a section there where you can register on the website and tell us which program you want to apply for. So if you want to apply for masters, you get it there. If you want to apply for PhD, we have a section there that allows you to tell us which one you want to apply to, and then an associate from the network would contact you, and then the process will start. So that is how it begins. Either you call the numbers, or you go on our website, or you email us, and we're able to help you.
When you were talking, you were so focused on the graduates, but then I was asking, we undergrads too, is there an opportunity for us, or you are now focused on them only?
No, so the reason why I was saying graduate, the scholarships are available both for undergraduate studies and then for graduate. So GA specifically are for graduate students, but all the scholarships, so like the need-based or the international scholarships. So for instance, academic scholarships or athletic scholarships are available to undergraduate students as well in the US when you want to study undergrad. And then in Germany, if you are an undergraduate student, you can transition there and you can get all access to their scholarships. And as I was saying, Germany, you don't usually pay tuition fees. It's your living expenses and all the other things that are added to it. So that is the difference. But we assist or help all students from SHS right down to PhD level. We are able to help assist you with international education.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I'm okay with the answer.
Yes, thank you too.
Okay.
And Gina was asking a question from the chat saying that is there a requirement to learn Germany for the DAD program? So studying in Germany, German language is not required for most of the programs. I think there are few ones like medicine, nursing, law. Those ones you are required to learn German before you be accepted, or it's part of the requirement. But most of the courses that are available are conducted in English, and the language, German language, is not a requirement for it. So, Gina, that's the answer to it.
Okay, so before the next person asks a question, if you really want to study in the US, Canada, or Germany, right, and you want to reach out, I'm here. So you can even come direct to me, and I'll redirect you to the team, and they will assist you. So the ultimate goal is that they have to help you from the scratch, or to get to your destination that you intend going. Right. So the first number is actually my number, and then you can also call the second number as well. All right. So I'm here with you. You're not going anywhere. I'm here with you. So if you have any kind of studying abroad or getting scholarship and all those aspects, just reach out to me, and then I'll assist you. All right. I think, Brown, do you have a question again?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
With abroad, most of them ask for recommendation letters. Please, how do you go about those ones also? How do you tackle those ones?
Okay, Brown, your line was breaking.
Okay.
But I had recommendation letters, but if you can repeat the question again.
Sir, please, I wanted to know, when you apply for scholarships, they mostly ask for recommendation letters to pull up about extracurriculum activities. So with those ones, how do you?
So when you're applying for university programs, they usually require you to get a professional recommendation. They want you to get professional recommendation, maybe from a job that you've done or from your tutors. If you've not gone into the industry, it's better to get recommendation from your instructors or from your lecturers, the dean of the faculty, the dean of the university, or the program that you are doing, to attest to your academic ability. The focus of the recommendation is the attestation of your academic ability and your ability to succeed in the program that you are in. So when even you request for recommendation letters, you need to guide or tell these people that are giving you the letters to tell them to attest on your academic ability and how they believe you'll be able to succeed in the program. It doesn't have to just be a blank statement. I've known Ms. Brown for 2 years, and I think she'll be able to succeed in the program. No, they have to, like, your recommendation letter can be a break or approve for your admission. So it's very important to tell them to give you very good ones that you think would help qualify. So recommendations letters are very important. And I think there were some questions in the chat saying, what are GMAT? What is the fees for this service? I think we'll talk more about the fees. And with the US, once you have a high school degree and SHS degree, for the US, if you want to do undergrad, you can do an undergraduate in any field that you want once you have the requirements. So let's say you got a very good grade, like an 8 or a 10 or 5 A's and 2 B's and some C's. That means that you are very good. You can do anything once you come in. So you can switch to any program that you wish. Once you qualify for it, you can switch to it. So, yeah.
All right.
Sir, please also know, how about the SAT and the IELTS, those language few exams.
Yeah, so yeah, language proficiency exams, as I said, is very important, but not all schools requires it. IELTS is for London and Germany. Usually, US they would tell you to either do a TOEFL for language or GRE or GMAT.
Please, I want to know the SAT and the TOEFL and those other ones.
Yeah, so that was what I was explaining. That so with the GRE is for graduate, so it's a graduate exam.
Okay,
That
thank
is
you,
the
sir.
GRE. SAT is undergraduate, so SHS coming into university first time you take the SAT. GRE, GMAT is for graduate students. So like once you're done with your bachelor's and you're going into graduate school, you do either GRE or the GMAT. GMAT is specifically for business students, and then the GRE is for all other courses. So that is it. And IELTS is a language requirement done by the British Council. So it's usually for British or UK schools, but you can do it for Germany as well. And which one else? Yeah, I've talked about TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, IELTS. There are other language requirements. Right now, they introduced one requirement, English language requirement, just during the COVID. And I'll remember the name, but that one is very simple. So you can do it in your home, and it's very simple. I'm going to get that and I'll put it in the chat. So it is an alternate to GRE. It's an alternate to TOEFL. So some schools would require you to take that one as well as a language proficiency. Okay.
I think you take the last question, then you zoom into the lunch, and then you invite
Yes.
our panelists to have a good conversation with us. So, friends,
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I would like to know, is it possible to change your course of study? Like, for instance, I did info studies as an undergrad, but I want to do my master's in IT. Is it possible to change when I'm applying for the scholarship?
Yes, it is very possible to change. So, like as you said, you did information systems, you have a lot of technical requirements. So once you want to do IT, the underlying fact is that you would have to look at the prerequisites within that new IT program you want to do, and then look at your transcript. Do I have all these prerequisites in my transcript, like on my transcript? If you don't have them, it means that you might not get accepted. Or some schools would give you a conditional admission pending your ability to take all these prerequisite courses and then pass in them. So you can do any program that you would want to do. I did telecom engineering when I was in Ghana as my bachelor's, but when I got to the US, I decided to do applied statistics and data analysis. I mean, it's not too far off because they are all technical programs, but if you look at the dimension, this is more engineering, this is more mathematics. So it was like a switch to a whole different set of technical acumen. But I got accepted into it because my bachelor's prepared me technically to face whether it's mathematics, whether it was technical. I had those required courses already, so I was able to get into it. So, and that is one thing that we will do as Global Student Network. When you decide to do that, yeah, we students have a lot of wishes. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be a doctor. But what we will do is that we will look at your transcript and tell you that these are your chances of getting into this program. But we recommend that maybe you would go into this, that where you have a very high chance of going into. So that is what we will do for you. So we will do specific course evaluation for students to identify you and know your profile and help you to be successful. So that is why we say that it is smart education choices or decisions for the Global Students Network.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome, Prince.